think competition is a good thing. I think it's good in business. I think it's good in sports, and I think it's good in politics. I think if Jasmine and I can do this primary right, it'll make us both stronger for the real competition, which is in the fall.
Only one can advance. What do you offer that she does not? I get that you don't want it to be a mudslinging contest. I've never even seen you do that before, frankly. She has. And that is the question. Which kind of Democrat wins? What's your say?
Well, our campaign is building a movement in Texas. We've shattered grassroots fundraising records. We've recruited 10,000 volunteers who, as you and I speak, are out there organizing in every part of Texas in red, purple, and blue areas alike to win this election in November. And this movement of ours is built on unity over division. You heard it in our launch video that you played at the beginning of this segment. And so in that spirit, I welcome Congresswoman Crockett to the race. She is a colleague of mine. She is a leader in our state, and she deserves to be treated with the utmost respect. We can have a vigorous contest of ideas, and I plan on making my case for why I think I'm the best candidate to win in November and to take power back for working people in the halls of the U.S. Senate. And I think I can do that without tearing down the Congresswoman or any of my fellow Democrats here in Texas.
Let's test it. I will play the perspective of the left flank of your party. James, we love you. You're great. I would love to have you teaching my son. I would love to have you running anything that has to have responsibility. But, man, you're too nice. We got to knuckle up. MAGA keeps beating us because we're too soft. We can't go high when they go low. We got to get down there with them. And look at how Jasmine Crockett does it. You have to start punching them. That, the MAGA people, they have a slave mentality when they vote for Trump. That's the kind of thing that'll get you clickbait. And that's the way you got to win. And that's what beat us. So that's what we have to be. What do you say?
Well, I know how to fight. I've been in the Texas legislature for 8 years. Anybody who's seen me work in the trenches of the Texas House knows how I can go toe-to-toe when I need to with my Republican colleagues. I can debate fiercely on the floor or in committee. I led the quorum break this summer to shine a national spotlight on the president's redistricting power grab in our state. So I know how to stand up to bullies. But the question is, fighting to what end? What we need, in addition to fighting, is winning. That's what we're missing in our party, and I have a track record of doing that. I first got elected to the state house by flipping a Trump district, a district that no one thought was winnable, a district that Democrats hadn't won in 30 years. And I did that by persuading enough of my neighbors that I would fight for them in the halls of power. And then when I got to the state legislature, not only did I stand up to my Republican colleagues when I needed to, not only did I kill bad Republican bills when they harmed my constituents, but I was also able to work across the aisle to actually get stuff done too. I passed the first ever cap on insulin copays in the state's history. I passed the biggest early childhood education bill in recent memory. I passed a huge housing bill that's going to make it easier for young people like me to buy their first home. So I think Texans are looking for someone who can fight back and win. And that's, I think, what I bring to the table in this primary race.
8 points. Do you think that's about name recognition, or you think it's penetration into the electorate and their perspective?
Based on the numbers that we're seeing in this poll, it is entirely because of name ID. And so I recognize that I've got work to do to introduce myself to voters across the state of Texas. I recognize that I'm the new kid on the block, and that's what the next few weeks and months is going to be about. I'm going to go to every corner of the state, just like I've been doing for the past 3 months. I'm going to go to blue areas, purple areas, red areas alike. I'm going to go to big cities and suburbs and small towns. I'm actually going down to South Texas this week to meet with voters that have been taken for granted by the Democratic Party and who feel left behind by both parties. And so that's how I'm going to win this nomination, and it's how I'm going to win this race in November of next year.
See a lot of independents establishing themselves in Texas as well. People are exhausted by the two-party battle, and it's the fastest growing part of the electorate in the country. I believe that this race is formative of what's happening across the country. We will be covering it here. And as the issues become distilled, I will invite you back on, as I will Representative Crockett and whoever is in the thick of the race at the time, to make the case to the audience. I wish you well, and I wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.